Hey, everybody, it's Chris Mahan. Welcome to a special Lead Team podcast before Thanksgiving here on Thursday. I wanted to do a couple podcasts leading up to Thanksgiving and just remind us that as we wind down this year, it's always important this time of year to be mindful of the things that we have, of the people in our life, of the uh, awesome things that we have going on, and to be grateful of the things that we got through this year. Um, Many of us in this area here in Florida were devastated by Hurricanes Helene and Milton a few months ago. People in North Carolina are still feeling the effects of that. Georgia, there's just devastation all up and down that part of the country still. People were lost, homes were destroyed, lives were destroyed. And even through all that, we have to be grateful that we have the people that we do have. We have the help that we have coming in, and people's lives are trying to get back to normal. The people that lost family and loved ones, I'm sorry to hear that, and I know that you will never recover from that. So, uh, thoughts and prayers go out to you to try and do the best you can to deal with that. I can't even imagine it. For some of us this year, myself included, we lost someone. March 20th, my dad passed away. And I thought that that was one of the worst things I'd ever gone through. And it was definitely up in the top of the list. But what I was also thinking about today, as I was thinking about this list of things to be grateful for, is through that tragedy and through that sadness, uh, my brothers and my sister and my cousins and other family members were able to use that experience to get us all back closer again. All of us lived throughout the country, and for years, I didn't go back to Michigan. We sometimes, would just lose touch with one another. We'd reach out on Facebook and different social media and things like that. That's kind of typical. But when we went back for the funeral, we all kind of repledged to be a family again and to keep in touch and not just say it. We actually do it. We have a group chat. We share photos. We share stories. We share memes. We share, uh, the things that we're going through. And it made me really grateful for that in my cousins that I hadn't seen in years. I speak to them all the time now. And my dad wanted that. He wanted us to be close again. He wanted us to be a family again, not use the excuse of age or the size of the country, whatever it is, to not be that family. So I'm very grateful for that. I also want people to be grateful for the things that they've accomplished. One of the things that I'm very excited about is that this year I was able to do more speaking, get my new website out, get things moving in the right direction, be a part of an amazing event last September called the Empower Success Fest in Atlanta. We're bringing another one to Tampa, April 19th of this year. So I'm very grateful for that. And it's just an amazing feeling to know that even though we've gone through some really bad things throughout this year, there's always something to be grateful for. There's always something to have that sigh of relief, like, okay, we can do this, we can get through it. All the time we are thinking, wow, is this as good as it gets, or is this going to ever end, or why me? We have all these excuses of things that we are dealing with in our life, and it takes something like a tragedy, unfortunately, for us to remember that we are all human. We are all on this earth for a very short period of time. We are all human beings that need to help each other and not be so divided and hateful over such dumb things as politics or whatnot. And remember that when things go bad, that we only have one another to help us get through those times. Another thing to be grateful for is the people that you have never met, but somehow came into your life for whatever reason, whether it was for that day, the moment, that instant. Maybe they're still friends with you and they just happen to become friends or whatever over some weird occurrence. And now they're like some of the greatest people in your life. It doesn't take much to be grateful. It doesn't take much to sit down and think about, wow, I'm lucky I have a roof over my head. I'm lucky I have some food. I'm lucky I have people that actually care about me. I'm lucky in the sense that I did get through this terrible uh, tragedy. When my dad passed, it hit me really, really hard. And I'm sure everyone's parents, when they pass, it does, or grandparent. My dad was 86 years old, and at the time I was 56. So I'd had him a very long time, longer than probably most people have their parents. And it occurred to me that as I was sitting there in his hospital room, we're all there except my older brother. He couldn't leave he was on a movie in Atlanta and they wouldn't let him leave. So he had to say goodbye to our dad on a tablet. I can't imagine how hard that was. And I know to this day that he is not grateful for that. But at the same time, because of technology, he was able to at least say what he wanted to say. Did it have the same meaning? Probably not, because you couldn't sit there and be in person and hold his hand and hug him. And so, no, I'm not saying that's the best way to do it. But at least he did have that opportunity to say, Dad, goodbye. I don't know what he said. I wasn't in the room when that happened. That was a private thing between he and my dad. And I've never asked what he said or um, what dad said to him. That's between the two of them. I had my time. And, I shared some things that were heavy on my heart because I had some bad times with my dad the last few years due to ego and just my own, emotional crap as a son. But we were able to get through it prior to that, and I'm grateful for that. I was able to tell him what I wanted to tell him. I was able to let him know how appreciative I am that he was my dad. So for that, I will always be grateful. It doesn't take a lot to remove the ego from the equation and just be a decent human being. A lot of people think that that makes them weak, especially guys. It does not make us weak, it makes us human. And it makes you stronger and more of a man to admit when you're having a bad day, when you're sad, when you're disappointed. It's completely okay. I know that a lot of people say that that's not how guys are supposed to be, but I can tell you that I was bawling like a baby when my dad was laying there in that bed, and I had to tell him how much I was going to miss him and how proud of him I am and how grateful I was to have him as my father. Um, so I don't care who knows that. I don't care who knows that I was like bawling, snot nosing, and everything. I felt like I was about 8 or 10 years old again. It was just, I couldn't stop it. And I'm glad I didn't. As we go into this next week and we are all consumed by airlines and family gatherings and who messed up the turkey and all that garbly goop, take some time to think about what really, truly matters to you. And if there is someone that you have to say, I'm sorry, or I miss you, or man, I really screwed up and I just want you back in my life, now is the time to do it. Don't wait until next year. Don't wait until the next, perfect time. There is no perfect time. The time you do it is the perfect time. There's no perfect time to wait to tell someone how much you need them in your life, how much you appreciate them, how much you miss them, and how much you enjoyed their existence in your life. Thanksgiving is more than just material things and all the things that we make it on TV and all the commercialism of going to the Christmas season, holiday season, all that. It's way more than that. And I think we lose sight of that because of all of the commercialism and the Black Friday sales and the, door open commercials every 5 minutes and, all these stupid things that we see on TV. If you want to watch a really good movie to remind you how awesome life is, watch the old black and white version of It's a Wonderful Life. It's a simple story. It's a old movie, but the story itself is absolutely timeless. It's timeless. And it's one that I think everybody should watch. And remember that it doesn't matter what decade it is, it doesn't matter if we're in digital or black and white. We're all still humans and we need the same things, whether it's 1945 or 2025. It doesn't matter. So take the time this week and really reflect on what you are grateful for and let those around you know just how important they are to you. That's my message to you. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'm going to do some more of these before Thanksgiving. I got a few more things to talk about, but I want you to think about this next couple of days as you're listening to the other ones coming up. So you guys have a wonderful Tuesday and Wednesday and amazing Thursday. Again, I'm going to keep these little podcast videos coming. So if you have any comments or questions, please reach out to me at leadyourteen@gmail.com. And you can catch us on Spotify at Lead Your Teen and right here on YouTube at Lead Your Teen Podcast. And we're going to keep doing videos like this the rest of the year, getting things out, sharing stories with you, and hopefully inspiring a little bit of goodness in everybody every day. All right. My name is Chris Mahan. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye.